Welcome back everyone, it's Vaz again with another video from World of Warships Legends. And today we are in the Vauquelin, the French Tier 6 destroyer. And here we have a game of domination on the neighbors map. We conveniently have our shipping forecast on the screen here. On our team is an Akatsuki, a Z39, a Pensacola, Byron, Leon, and 3 Colorados. And then on the enemy team, we have 2 Akatsukis, a Benson, a Nuremberg, a Fuso, a Sinop, a Hood, and 2 more Colorados. What is with all the damn Colorados? With a tiny bit of a late start there. Who knows what I was doing? Could have been taking a pee break, watching something, or even editing a video. Sometimes I edit the videos in between games, or even during games if it's boring and nothing's happening at that moment. So we have spawned dead center in the middle, right above Bravo Cap. Normally the center of the map is a very bad place for a French destroyer, but off to the side of this cap is an island we can make use of to disengage enemies, and we may just use that island later on. Now I like to play my destroyers pretty aggressively. When it comes to domination mode, I do like to go right to the caps. When it comes to playing these French destroyers though, sometimes that's not the wisest decision. No, maybe it's just my playstyle, but I do have a little bit of trouble with these destroyers. I feel like the French destroyer line is probably the most difficult destroyer line in the game to play. And as we went into the cap, we had a line on the hood there. It looked like he was charging straight into the cap as well. So we were getting ready to launch some torps at him. But then the Akatsuki popped up. Pay attention there, Vaz. We launched some Hail Mary torps in his direction. And then had just enough time to take a few shots before he disappeared into a smoke. Luckily, we also dropped our detection, and we start to make a big 180 to circle around and then go on a destroyer hunt. These French DDs are very big ships, and I find their turning circle to be very cumbersome, and sometimes it's very difficult to work with. And perhaps the most difficult part of playing these ships is that you don't have any smoke. Can't tell you how many times I've seen the French destroyer as the first one to die in a match. You know, like I mentioned earlier, my playstyle is to go right into the caps. But I feel like if you're going to play these ships effectively, when it comes to domination mode, you actually probably want to play outside of the caps. And it does look like those 2 enemy battleships that spawned in front of us are pushing into the cap. And we just noticed at the last second, right as one of them spotted us, and we're able to turn around and drop our detectability yet again. Since that hood seems to be stuck on a singular line there, we're just going to launch some torps directly at him. And right after that, the Akatsuki pops up again. Looks like his smoke dissipated, and so we start firing away at him again. We use our reload booster consumable, which is very handy in these type of situations. We're just chewing up this Akatsuki. And we're able to get a couple of torp hits, 3 of them on that hood. And after knocking out his engines, that Akatsuki is dead in the water. Interestingly enough, it doesn't appear that any of our other teammates are shooting at the Akatsuki. He's been lit up for almost a full minute now. And our Vauquelin was about to take all of his health, until right at the very end there, our friendly Colorado decided that he was going to secure that kill. You know, at the time, I was probably just happy to still be alive, and also glad to see that Akatsuki was eliminated. But looking back at it, I can't help but admit that I'm a little irked that Akatsuki was in front of the Colorado for quite some time, and yet he didn't shoot at him. He also had to have seen that he was on fire, and that I was shooting at him, and it's not like his secondaries were the things that took him out. So I can't help but think that he clearly knew what he was doing. But that's something that we just gotta live with. And we better get used to it with the new seasons of Arena Mode coming up this April. I don't know if you've seen the announcement or not, but the only way to work your way up the leaderboard is to get kills. It appears that winning doesn't matter. So yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a clustercluck. But we'll save the rest of that discussion for another video, I'm sure. And so back to the game. We'd actually lost our detectability by tactically beaching, and I'm gonna call it tactically beaching, into that island while we were firing away at that hood. And that time we were able to finish off our kill. And then that's our first kill of the game. And indeed, I was appreciative of the Colorado's help, kill securing or not. He was there to take some of the attention away from us, so I gotta give him that. And from there, we just went and joined him in the cap, since it looks like the only enemy ships left are over near the Alpha objective, or in the southern portion of the map. Now here we have a couple of choices for our next torping target, but it looks like the Fuso is sailing at a little better angle for our torps, so we position ourselves to launch a full salvo at him. Yeah, those torps are looking nice already. And then we turn about to launch our torps from the other side. The Vauquelin has 3 torp launchers. There's one on either side of the ship, and then there's one at the aft of the ship that can be launched from either side. So in order to get all 9 torps away, you do need to do almost a 180-degree turn. If you have the Venom, it's sort of like that, where you have to launch torps from both sides of the ship. And as soon as I got that 3rd launcher away, of course, it's not until then that I see a barrage of torps going towards the Fuso from a teammate I didn't see, and I turn to look to see that it's a Z-39. He's caught up from the north section of the map, and unfortunately his torps got there faster and killed the Fuso before our torps could. No big deal, but it was a lot of effort to make that big loop and get all our torps away. Oh well, on to the next target. Up until then we were down in points, so now we're in better shape, being up in ships 5-4 and up in caps 2-1. That puts us in a position where we can just defend the middle of the map and keep the red team away from Bravo Cap and kind of wait for them to come to us. But in this case, we're feeling pretty confident, so we're going to go on a bit of an offensive here. We saw a Sinop and an Ehrenberg off in the distance there, and our torpedoes are almost fully reloaded, so we're going to get them lined up. But we're not at a very good angle at the moment. If we launch our torps, they're going to be headed directly at them, and the odds of getting a hit are going to be pretty low. So we actually want to go at them at a bit of an angle to at least make our torps a bit harder to dodge. So we launch our torps at that CNOP, but then we get spotted right after that. And we launch some torps at that CNOP, and then we get spotted. We check our mini-map and we turn to see the other Akatsuki. He's been through the ringer already though, so he shouldn't be too tough to deal with. He popped a smoke, but that's not going to stop us. We take a blind shot into that smoke and finish him off for our 2nd kill of the game. So, okay, that kind of makes up for the first Akatsuki kill we lost out on, I guess. Add them both up and you get a full one, right? And damn it, that Z-39 had beaten us to the punch again. And this time he takes out 2 ships. And that nets him a Kraken. Hats off to them, but oh man, look at our torps hit the dead carcasses of those 2 ships. We could have really had a massive game if our torp reload was just a little quicker, couldn't we? What could have been? All that carnage, though, just leaves the Colorado all by his lonesome. All we have to do now to win the game is sail away and let that timer expire. Or maybe we'll just let that Z-39 take a couple of tries to get his 6th kill. Nah, let's YOLO his ass and get this game over with. Engine boost engaged. And full speed ahead towards that Colorado. Keep her steady. He can see us. There's no turning back now. Let's fire some warning shots. Oh, screw off, Z-39. This one's mine. You had your fun already.
The ship is on fire.
Oh no, his torps are going in. But look at that. His torps are gonna miss. Can't get them all, sucker. But our torps look good. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and a devastating strike on that Colorado. And that gets us the high caliber medal and the win for our team. So overall, this Vauquelin is one of those French destroyers, which is very difficult to have good games in. So that's the main reason why I'm posting this one, because the good games are few and far between. And our damage total for the game was over 112,000. We had 3 kills. And again, we got that high caliber medal. Moving over to the leaderboard, we are top of the team. And we finished even higher than that Z39 and his Kraken. So it begs the question, who had the better game? Well, if you liked that video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay healthy and do what makes you happy.